the keys are to the glory days at the stick. From who's got it better than us to brick by brick. It's always the 49ers way, from off-season to game day. Yeah, we talk back. It's the 49ers Cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time. There's been so many great matchups between the 49ers and the Cowboys. John Brody versus Roger Staubach. Joe Montana versus Danny White. Steve Young versus Troy Aikman. And Nick Mullins versus Andy Dalton.
Yeah, this definitely falls at the bottom of that list. This is not the most star-studded occasion of the 49ers-Cowboys rivalry.
That's accurate.
But it's still a big rivalry game to us. We still want the Niners to win. And hey, the Niners are actually playing a winnable game this week.
They were playing a winnable game last week, though, as well. And we all saw what happened. But you know what? It's fine. It's a new week, new energy, new attitude. And speaking of star-studded games, I feel like we got like a little bit of a star-studded lineup today.
We do. We have a special guest with us. The one and only Dave Sauseda.
What's going on, everybody?
It's Negative Dave. It's Negative Dave. It's Negative Dave. It can't behave. It's Negative Dave.
Oh my lord.
Yep, it's nice to have Dave. Big time Cowboys fan, knows everything about the boys.
It's true.
Yep.
He does. He does more than me. I'm not saying much. I don't know much.
Well, I don't know if he knows everything about more than you.
That's getting cut.
He knows.
That's
he knows what
cut.
kind of they were.
My lord. Already off to a hot start here today, boy. My lord. Offensive key matchups for this game. Big time matchups for the 49ers. And what do you got to start it off?
Yeah, my offensive key matchup is going to be Kyle Shanahan versus conservative Kyle Shanahan.
Ooh.
So I'm telling him to open up the playbook, coach.
Open it, coach.
I hate that, but I'm going to say it this week because I'm tired of watching the 49ers do conservative play calls. Can we please get some aggressiveness? I know we have a god-awful quarterback, but we've got to try something because it's hard to watch. 15 points is just not enough points. We need to get it done, and Kyle needs to get creative. He knows what weapons he's going to have, and he needs to use them successfully. Hopefully he will in this game because I'm tired of conservative Shanahan. If we're going to get conservative Shanahan, I don't want to watch.
Yeah, and to go with that, once they open up the playbook, we need a second receiver outside of Ayuk to be able to make plays. We lost Deebo Samuel for the season, so my matchup is Kendrick Bourne versus Own Head because he's been dropping balls, he's been making bad plays, and he needs to make plays. We need him to step up and be a second option that Nick Mullins can go to. For some reason, Nick Mullins is really comfortable throwing him the ball. He just hasn't been catching it.
That is true.
Dude, where's my head?
Dude, where is it? By the way, Ant, you're glowing today.
Thank you.
You're absolutely glowing.
Yeah.
And a guy that's been glowing for the 49ers offensively is Brandon Ayuk, and we need it to continue. My key matchup this week, Brandon Ayuk versus these Cowboys defensive backs. He needs to show up in a big way. He needs to have a good game. The Cowboys secondary has been throttled by a lot of teams this year. They've struggled coverage-wise, especially deep downfield on big shots. We've seen that Nick Mullins likes to throw the ball deep. It's just, sometimes he's not very good at throwing the ball accurately deep. And luckily for him, the secondary he's facing this week is not playing at an elite level. So this is a perfect week to capitalize with some shots downfield to Ayuk. Hopefully that opens up things for Kendrick Bourne in the middle if he can get out of his own way. And if Nick Mullins decides at any point this year not to overthrow Jordan Reed when he's standing in the middle of the field grabbing his crotchal region with nobody within 20 feet.
That would be wonderful.
How tall is Jordan Reed?
He's like 1,000 feet tall.
He's a good 6'5", right?
At least.
And we can't get the ball near him.
It's fine, but you know what? We need to hear from someone else here.
We do.
Someone here who has a good idea of what the Cowboys are dealing with and what they're going to be doing. And Dave, what is your key matchup on offense for the Cowboys?
Well, I'm going to say my key matchup is going to be CeeDee Lamb. In the slot, he's turning it on right now. I think there's some injuries in the 49ers secondary, so I like to see them kind of exploit that.
Yeah, that's definite, especially with the Niners having all kinds of slot problems. You know, that nickel. It's Dante Johnson lately, and that's a big mismatch. CeeDee Lamb over Dante Johnson. Yeah, that's a definite key matchup.
Well, good thing Dave isn't the Cowboys coach, because we'd be in trouble.
That's the truth. If Dave was the coach, we'd have some issues. But they got Mike McCarthy, and that's good for us.
That is true.
Yeah, and the old lefty from Boise State. Yep.
Maybe
Good
on
old
defense they could run the cube.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, man, the cube. Oh my goodness. Well, we can only hope for that.
Yeah, we can only hope. And let's get into our defensive key matchups, because there's more great key matchups. We saw some good ones already, and I think that there's going to be a lot of crazy defensive matchups, because the Cowboys defense is not that great, but the 49ers defense can be great depending on who is out there and who's playing horse. What is your defensive key matchup for the 49ers against the Cowboys?
My key matchup is All-Pro Fred, linebacker Fred Warner, against Cowboys former All-Pro running back Zeke Elliott. He ain't getting it this year, but
No, he ate too many snacks.
But we all know that Zeke Elliott does have the ability to explode and have a big game on you, and the Fred Warner and the linebacking crew need to keep Zeke in check, because if you keep Zeke in check, Mike McCarthy's real quick to turn one-dimensional and throw the ball 45 times. And with Dak, that wasn't always the greatest thing for the opposing defense. But with Andy Dalton playing quarterback, I think we want Andy Dalton going back and throwing 40 times.
I mean, yeah, I would argue that that's probably a good thing for the 49ers defense. Maybe.
Should we be
Red
sending the red rifle
over.
Send the red rifle over. My word. But the big reason why I think it's important to try and make Dalton pass as much as I think the 49ers have a key matchup they can exploit heavily that's this week, and that's our DNs versus these Cowboys tackles. They are depleted at that position. They have been, I mean, talk about teams ravaged by, the Niners have been ravaged by injuries. The tackles for the Cowboys have gone through, they did something in a past life somewhere. They are being punished heavily. And if there were ever a week for us to actually generate a pass rush that ends with us hitting the quarterback and getting sacks, it's this week. If this group can't get it done this week and get some sacks on the board and rack up some stat lines with the sacks, there's a good chance not a lot of them will have opportunities to be playing in the future in the NFL. You have to take advantage of this matchup this week. This is one that can be exploited without a lot of blitzing. This is a chance for them to step up and show they have something in the tank, and that they need this week especially. They're playing for future job prospects, not just with the 49ers, but with the rest of the teams in the NFL this year, or next season, excuse me.
Tyron Smith went to too good of a college. That's what he did this past time.
Too good of a college. Dave,
Yeah.
what do you have the Cowboys defensive key matchup
That's what I'm interested in.
against these Niners?
Man, I'd have to agree about the injuries for that offensive tackle for the Cowboys. They got some guy that they just picked up off the street. They should probably put him back on the street. But my key defensive matchups will be Alvin Smith and Demarcus Lawrence against the 49ers tackles. I'd like to see them generate some sacks, cause some havoc. I mean, we saw Chase Young be very successful last week. I mean, I know these two aren't as good as that player, but I'd like to see them generate a little bit of disruption in the backfield.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a definite mismatch for the 49ers. Well, on one side, pass blocking. The Trent Williams side is going to be fun to watch, because I think that's going to be epic battles.
Oh man, Alden Smith versus Trent Williams is going to be.
I think we're going to get a lot of Alden Smith on Mike McGlinchey.
Absolutely, because he can take advantage of it. Because McGlinchey looks like the Michelin Man.
Just remember, Alden Smith has long arms.
Did McGlinchey make the Mafia mad, so he put his feet in stone?
There's a possibility.
No, I'm not going to hate on McGlinchey as much as everyone else. I don't think he's played as bad as like a lot of people think. I know we got some people calling him an embarrassment this week.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Sorry. But anyways,
He's still a great run blocker.
he is a great run blocker.
Absolutely.
We've always known he has struggles with the pass blocking, and that's going to be real big this week, unfortunately.
I agree, and you know what? You know the meat sweats is over there, just salivating the opportunity. He's sitting over there with his mustache, his
why-
nice little belly, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna
already plotting on Mike McCarthy to get his job.
Do you remember when Thomas Sula farted in the press conference?
I do remember. He said he did. But yes, no, I remember that horse. It was a glorious moment. And by glorious, I mean absolute disastrous for the 49ers.
He went from the well-spoken, if not well-spoken, to funny to listen to Jim Harbaugh to that clown talking.
My offensive key matchup is going to be the 49ers defense, especially the blitz package against Andy Dalton, because I think that Robert Saleh really needs to mix it up, cause the Red Rifle some uncomfort, especially in the pocket. I think if they get after him early and often, that it could cause problems for him. I've seen him get happy feet over the years. He can get it in this game. Plus, they need to get to him before his receivers have time to do work, because if we let Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and those guys get going, it's going to be a long day for the 49ers, because Uncle Sherm is still a step slow, and we have all kinds of problems in the nickel. So if we can't get to him early, those slot receivers are going to have a field day, like Dave said, for his key matchup. And that's going to be big. So Saleh needs to get pressure on. I think Fred Warner needs to come and blitz. And I think that they can also find some other ways to bring DBs, safeties. And I would also bring the nickel sometimes. Let Tarvarius Moore pick up that guy in certain situations, or Jimmy Ward, and get after Andy Dalton and make sure that he's not comfortable, because we still have to outscore them. And I'm not going to go out there and say that Mullins isn't going to throw up 2 touchdowns for the Cowboys. He was the best quarterback last week for the football team. Let's hope he's not the best quarterback for the boys this week.
Please don't be.
We like to think of you all as guests on our podcast like Dave. Unfortunately, we don't have room for all of you. But you can scroll down, like, subscribe, and comment and tell us what you think about the podcast today. And don't forget to hit the notification bell.
Wow, that's really bold. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
It's Wow, That's Bold time. It's always very enjoyable, especially to hear the intro. Whoa!
Really bold.
Whoa.
Naturally. It's so fun. So we're going to start with the Wow, That's Bold. I will kick off with mine first. My Wow, That's Bold is that Eric Armstead is going to have 2 sacks this week.
That's really bold. That is really bold, seeing as the D-line. I can only hope. One can only hope.
Get a couple of these. Yeah.
Oh, nice little tum-tum rubs. Horse, what you got?
Mine is that, and listen carefully, the 49ers quarterbacks will throw 3 touchdowns.
The emphasis on quarterback. Hey, you know what? I'm going to build on that. Wow, that's bold, Horse. I'm going to get bold and say Nick Mullins is only going to be throwing 10 of those passes. 10 of those 49ers passes, I think partially because the 49ers run game is going to be so dominant. So that means we may have a situation in which you see Nick Mullins throw 10 passes, CJ Beathard throws for 3 touchdowns and less than 100 yards.
It's pretty bold.
It's pretty bold. But Dave, what you got?
Yeah, what's your Wow, That's Bold?
My Wow, That's Bold is Randy Gregory's going to show up huge. Came in, he's studying it up. He's going to get 3 sacks this game.
I'll tell you, that's big. That's bold.
That's bold. Hey, guys, who's Randy Gregory?
I think once he has 2 sacks, you just throw a joint on the field, no?
Oh, no.
It'll distract him.
Yeah.
Him or Alden will fight for it.
The way that the Wow, That's Bold are sounding, this is going to be impressive. We're going to see more sacks in this game than a hairdresser sees with Thunder Down Under.
Jiminy Chris.
Malakaliki Maka is the thing to say on a... You know what? I can't. Not this week. No. Not this week. No. This week is a little more important. Not for record, not for standing, but for a rivalry. A rivalry decades in the making. So with that said, I'm going to take out 75% of my lock it up picks right now. I'm taking the Bucks over the Falcons. I'm taking the Seahawks over Washington. And I'm taking the Rams over the Jets. Now, as far as this podcast is concerned, on to the main event. The two teams that face off Sunday. And the history behind both these teams. The decades of battles they've waged. Not just battles, wars. Legendary names involved in all those battles. Like Walsh, Landry, Montana, Young, Aikman, Smith, Craig, Waters, Irvin, Rice, Novacek, Jones. So many names. The weight that comes with both these teams facing off. You might as well compare it to Ali Frazier, to Liddell Ortiz, to Rock Austin. While both these teams are not at the top of their divisions, that doesn't matter. They could be at the very bottom with the worst records ever. When these two teams face off, they give it their all. Teammates want to bring out the best in each other in order to take out the team across the field. That's how much this matters. I know this week there's a special guest on the Cutback. D-Train, Dave Sauseda. I've known Dave for a very long time. We grew up together. Became a tag team together. Yeah. The Aztec Warrior and the Azorean one. Rarely were we on opposite sides. But this week is one of those rare moments. So Dave, you know what's coming. Because my pick for this weekend is, of course, the 49ers over the Cowboys. So, with all that said, this Sunday, when the dust settles and the smoke clears, we'll see who's still standing in this round of this rivalry. So, Niner fans, Cowboy fans, only one thing you can do. Get ready. Get ready for the showdown. Get ready for the face-off. Get ready for the head-to-head. Get ready for one of the greatest rivalries of a lifetime. Get ready for the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers.
It's pretty pumped up, man.
I didn't know about that whole Bucks Falcons thing.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the wrong birds.
Maybe the Tony Stark sunglasses threw him off.
What year did the Falcons leave the NFC West?
Oh, that's incredible. That's absolutely
That
incredible.
was a long time ago.
98, 97, something like
A
that?
little bit ago. He's got the losing streaks really got him all mixed up right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel kind of bad.
Yeah.
It's fine. Lock it up time, boys.
Lock it up.
Oh my gosh, look at that scoreboard.
Yep.
You two are hot right now.
Well, that's normal.
I mean, it's true. You guys have been on a roll here for some time now.
It's true.
Okay.
We're rolling.
You are rolling. You're rolling deep.
Yep.
First up. See, you know what? Let's start with the game that Esteves decided wasn't important to pick, since, he just randomly was like, hey, we'll do Bucks Falcons instead. It's fine. Eagles versus Cardinals. Big game. Huge implications. Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, two future guys at the position. Ant, what do you got?
Yeah, this one's going to be interesting. NFC East team again. An NFC East team that has had some changes. The whole Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts switch. Wow. Oklahoma quarterback versus Oklahoma quarterback.
It's true.
It's got all the makings of an NFL thing that they would love for, ratings and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Cardinals are going to win this game. I have no faith in the Eagles at all. I've got the Cardinals with a big whopping score of 20-17.
Oh, okay, that's huge.
Yeah,
big one.
I just don't think this is going to be a lot of offense.
Huh? Okay.
Not so fast, my friend.
Whoa!
I'm all in on the Hurts business. We're going to have Jalen Hurts upset Kyler Murray to go 2-0 as Eagles starters and show that broken down clown Carson Wentz was the issue in Philadelphia. 28-24 Eagles.
He's one bad showing from being in the Hurts locker.
Oh my lord. The punnies are off the chart today.
When he leaves Arizona, is he going to go to the Hurts rent-a-car?
Okay, and that's the end of it because
Yep.
I
stubbed my toe. It really hurts.
Oh my lord! I have to agree with this gentleman here in the red hat with the gray shirt.
You know how good that makes me feel to hear you say that.
I know. It makes you feel like because of my 23-24, Horse is now reconsidering his choice.
Yeah,
that's okay. It's fine. You do your thing. Jalen Hurts does not need to put the Hurts on the Cardinals. Their run game does. And the run game looks rejuvenated with Jalen Hurts back there running a little bit of a read option look, making the dual threat, opening up some running lanes for Miles Sanders. I think that's the key thing today. I think you have a 21-20 Eagles victory over the Cardinals.
Man, I wish the Cardinals seen that whole read option thing in practice. Oh, they do.
They do. That's true. But just because you see it in practice doesn't mean it's going to be executed the same on the field. Schemes are different. How they implement it different.
I'm curious to see what an actual NFC East guy has to say about this. Dave, let's talk about your lock it up pick. Eagles, Cardinals.
Well, I hate the Eagles. I always have. But they are dealing with a lot of injuries in the secondary. Darius Slade just came back. So we'll see how that goes. But I got Arizona winning by 10. I have no faith in the Eagles.
Plus 10.
I like it a lot. Dave is on my side, and that's a good thing for me.
It's true. It is a good thing for. I mean, I don't know if we don't know yet. Dave's never picked on the show. We don't know.
I will say this though: he's a good tag team partner.
I've heard.
Get out of the way of the D train, baby.
I've heard rumors.
Yeah, they're all very accurate.
Believe the hype.
So true. So I'm going to talk about the Seahawks traveling to Washington to play the football team. Not the Redskins, but the football team. And the Seahawks are playing them at 10 a.m., which is always an interesting time slot. I thought I'd throw that out there for you, Horse. Who you got? Hawks with Russ cooking, or you got the football team?
I think Washington's defense will make it a competitive game, but after what I saw out of Washington's offense last week, I can't pick them over Seattle. I'm going to go Seattle 24, Washington 13.
No faith in an Ohio State quarterback.
Not that one.
No, not that one at
Maybe
all.
if it was Herb Street, but
Wow.
I don't even know if it was Herb Street. I'm going to go
Not so fast, my friend.
Hard pass. No,
Yeah.
not even if it was Herb Street. Same exact score, 24-13, Seattle. I think the only touchdown that they pick up is a pick six. Tip at the line that gets returned for a touchdown, but that's the only amount of points that the team generates that's not a field goal. Notice how I said team there. That was nice. I caught myself.
Yeah.
the Redskins.
Sure, that's that team. I don't think their offense has anything to give, even with the terrible Seattle defense.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that the football team has a great defense. And I think they're going to give the Seahawks some problems.
Absolutely.
But I think this game will be close. But overall, I think the Seahawks are just a little bit better. I think Chris Carson and those guys will have some success, and the Seahawks will win 20-16.
Bet you're feeling better about that pick now, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know what? And Dave's going to be chiming in on this one.
That's
Dave, Seahawks or the football team?
I think we're all in agreement here. I think Washington's offense is non-existent. I think Seattle's offense is going to get it going. But I think they will be competitive, and I think Seattle will win by 3.
Ooh, I like it.
All right,
Definitely
so in the third game of the day for the NFC West, we've got the juggernaut from New York flying to LA to take on the Rams. We got Jets, Jets,
Jets.
at the LA Rams.
I see dead people.
Alex,
They do.
what do you got?
I have an absolute shellacking. There's no way they're going to get that run game going against Aaron Donald. There's no way that revamped Jets offensive line is going to be able to contain the force that is Aaron Donald, and the rest of the crew there. I mean the whole the defense that they have constructed is everything that they were missing in the Super Bowl loss to the Patriots. They have addressed that issue. They have found a way, despite the cap heck they were in, with the Gurley contract and the Goff contract, to make enough room to shore up the defense and create semblance, a way to create stops when the offense stalls, because they have noticed now, and I think McVay knows, that with Goff you're limited offensively. But against this Jets team, I don't think it matters. 35-6, Los Angeles Rams.
Woo! So you have no faith
None.
in Darnold.
I have no faith in Case.
Well, I beg to differ.
Oh, no way.
He ain't doing it.
No, you're
The
not.
Jets
No.
are flying to LA.
No.
Darnold's returning home.
No.
This is where
He ain't
Darnold
doing
has
it.
come back.
He's not.
He's gonna make big time plays for us.
Just put it up.
You might as well call
put
this
up
the
the Rams.
Rose Bowl, baby, because Darnold is back to lose 37-13. This guy has no hope. This is when the butt fumble happens that ruins the rest of his career. Right now, butt fumble, called it. That's bold right there.
There's going to be a game happening. The Jets are going to come, and something funny is going to happen. I'm calling Rams 34, Jets 5.
I guess you didn't hear my prediction. I called a butt fumble. That's the funny part.
That's how the 5 happened. That's how the safety happened.
That's how
There
it's
you go,
in the
boys.
end. Oh my lord! If he butt fumbles in the end zone, out of the back, it'd be glorious.
You realize he's going to make us all look stupid and go for like 400 yards.
Well, he'll still look stupid because he
Hey.
looks like a Lego man.
It's true. If he
True.
if he blows the take this week, I mean, hats off to him. I guess
Yeah.
that might be his version of the butt fumble, and if it is, good for him.
So Dave is not going to be picking this game.
No.
Dave is picking an NFC East matchup. Dave, what is your matchup and who you got?
I'm going to go with the Browns at the Giants.
It's actually a good matchup.
It is a good matchup. I do see Baker Mayfield going off on the Giants. I see them having that redemption game after what happened last week against the Ravens.
It's true.
Very upsetting for them. So I see them taking it out on New York, and I see them winning by 14.
I can see that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that too. Nothing impressive from Daniel Jones. He didn't look good. Colt McCoy.
Burst pass in.
Could
afterward.
Colt McCoy really be the answer?
Short term, maybe. Not long term.
Hook 'em horns. Alex has got the right shirt on for Colt McCoy.
I do have the right shirt on
Yeah.
for Colt McCoy. Shout out to
Burnt
us.
orange.
Burnt orange. It is. It's there.
It's very ugh.
Thanks. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
That hurt my
It
feelings.
doesn't bring out your skin color.
Yeah, that really stung. It hurt really deep. But now we have an important.
You look like Pat Summitt.
She's a lady.
Is she?
She's got Alzheimer's.
No, she's dead.
She's dead. Or she's.
Let me rephrase that. She had Alzheimer's.
Listen, now we got an important matchup. We got the matchup that everyone's been waiting. What, Dave? You? Oh, okay. Oh, all right then.
All right, well, I had to say I was a little disappointed in what my partner used to say, but, well, Anthony said about me, EMX. So, remember this?
Oh my lord.
Yeah. Shots fired, friend. Anyways, we're going to go about San Francisco and Dallas. I'm a big Cowboy fan. I hate to say this. The stadium is away team friendly. Fans, obviously we can't have a whole lot of fans there due to COVID, but it's still away team friendly. If we can't contain that outside zone run, we're Cowboys are in for a big, huge night, and it's not going to be pretty. But I'm going to have to go with the 49ers by 7.
Ooh.
Yeah. Wait, are we not gonna guys? Are we not gonna talk about the
Oh, you need
the gun?
You need an explanation.
I mean, I'm
The Azorean one
I'm aware.
can get another bump on his fat head. That's what I can say.
Oh my,
Yeah, I was there.
oh my lord.
Be afraid of the duck hunt guy.
I'm a little spooked.
Yeah.
I thought Dave was a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little.
It's Eat it, Azorean one. That's why the Azorean one made the wrong pick. Bucks Falcons. He fears the outlaw over here. He fears the D train and the duck hunt gun.
I'm afraid.
You should be afraid.
I'm shivering.
Yep. Because if you make a wrong pick, I'm gonna have him hit you with that duck hunt gun.
Please no.
All right.
Cost you a title.
Good. Now we're getting to it. There is nothing, no real great rivalry for this besides the two logos, the two teams that you see, the two franchises. You don't have the Young versus Aikman. You don't have none of that. Okay, we don't have Irvin lining up against Dion. We don't have Ricky Waters talking his trash. None of that. We don't have Novacek and Brent Jones.
Bosa versus. No,
yeah, we don't got that. We got nothing cool in this game besides the two logos.
Ayuk versus CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah, that would be cool if they actually guarded each other.
True.
Yeah, this is like Ayuk versus some dudes and the guy from the New Day. So we got that, Xavier Woods. So if Big E played, I'd be worried. But I do think this game is going to be closer than what I originally thought about 3 or 4 weeks ago. The reason being is Nick Mullins is the quarterback. Minus us seeing the blonde locks of C.J. Beathard come strolling onto the field, just flowing in the breeze that is the air condition of the stadium. I think that the 49ers are not going to put up that many points, but enough to win 27-24. The 49ers will hold on for a victory, just enough to make Dave happy, keep the Cowboys in the top 5, and make all the 49er fans who hope that they choke very upset.
Yeah, it comes down to this is not the greatest iteration of that rivalry. At the start of the year, this looked like it was going to be a big game before injuries and everything happened.
I thought so too.
I think most people thought this was going to be a huge game with playoff implications. Unfortunately, it is not. The rivalry is basically just between the fan bases right now.
Yep.
Just bragging rights to your friends. And I think the Niners are going to outlast them. I think their run game will be a little too much for Dallas. I have 49ers 27-21.
It's just really upsetting because you look at the potential of what this game could have been, the possibilities that existed, and just how none of that is going to come to fruition. I feel this is going to be an ugly game, and I believe the only way that the 49ers can win this game is if it is an extremely low-scoring affair, because if you are forcing or requiring Nick Mullins to have to put the ball in the air at all whatsoever to accomplish anything, there is no way anything good is going to come of it. So, with that being said, 1 touchdown on the board from the 49ers, 3 field goals. 3 of them. 16-13 San Francisco.
So yeah, we all picked the 49ers. Even Esteves, he got that one right.
So he's going to make those 3 field
He's
goals.
just saying it now with Dave in studio. Dave over here in studio.
Man. It's messed up.
This man just laying the roast down. My goodness.
How's Robbie Gold going to play left guard and kick, or right guard and kick field goals at the same time?
That could be a real problem for the 49ers at guard.
If Robbie Gold's playing right guard and we win this game, Shanahan deserves everything.
Well, with the defensive tackles Cowboys have, I don't think that would be an issue anyway.
Oh gosh,
they're non-existent. Non-existent.
And that's why he's
It's negative Dave. It's negative Dave. It's negative Dave. He can't behave. It's negative Dave.
Now, Dave, what other information can you give us that would kind of give us kind of a heads up on this matchup between the 49ers and the Cowboys?
Okay, so we'll go with a little bit of unknown players that could help change the outcome, hopefully, for me. Even though I did go for the Niners on this one, I'm hoping deep down inside the Cowboys pull it out. But if they do, look for Noah Brown or Cedric Wilson in the slot. Those could be mismatch nightmares.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest concern in this game is the Cowboys offense being able to take advantage of the 49ers defense the way that the Bills were able to take advantage of the 49ers defense.
Yeah.
Because they have receivers that are on that Stephon Diggs level of player. And the thing is they just have too many good receivers. And we can get by with when they have one, maybe even two, but three guys out there at once, that's what makes me nervous. We don't have enough DBs without, Emmanuel Mosley and Ahkello Witherspoon playing at high levels. I mean, it's scary.
Yeah, right now I think that's going to be, like you guys are saying, that's the biggest problem with the game for the Niners. It's their biggest issue, something they have to try to solve. The running that cover 3 against the Bills definitely didn't help. They were able to find the seams all day. They got to come for something. They got to come with something different. Robert Saleh and the defense need to come with a different game plan because the Rams are real good, the Bills are real good, but this is almost as good a receiving core as they'll see all year. The Cowboys have some real talent out there at receiver, and they were dangerous before Dak got hurt. They were putting up a lot of yards.
It's true.
It is true. It's the thing that's been on my mind all week. As Horst just pointed out, the cover 3 things, which, if you talk to 49ers fans, it wasn't that it was covered. Richard Sherman's just not playing anymore. He's quit on the team. No, they're running a cover 3 scheme. He's sitting back in deep third. You're going to give up some of the underneath stuff. This is where, again, the entire team was built on the speed rush off the edge and being able to apply pressure. So you can't just get some of the dink and dunk stuff because you got a guy right in your face coming off the edge with elite speed who can get around blocks and put pressure on the quarterback and make those throws tougher. So you have your guys dropping in deep thirds. They have more time to get up in space and make those tackles, or getting your linebackers out in space to make those plays and get coverage out there and put some pressure on these receivers. It hasn't happened. The Niners DNs have to try and make it happen this week to the best of their abilities so that we can play a little bit more of that because Richard Sherman does. He's lost maybe more than a step. I hate to say it,
Yeah.
but it might be more than a step, and he needs some help. He needs that separation, that space, so he has more time to get back into his break, more time to come downhill and break on incoming routes when the guys are cutting fast. This is a tough matchup. This is by no means going to be an easy game. This Cowboys offense is for real.
Yeah, Dave, like we've seen Amari Cooper, he can beat guys deep, and he will be a mismatch for Richard Sherman. Do you think CeeDee Lamb can beat people deep too if he's playing on the outside, or will he basically only line up in the slot?
I mean, I think they could take advantage of him being in the outside, but if you put him on the outside, you still got to worry about Michael Gallup.
Yeah, it's true.
So, I mean, either way, you're going to be in trouble.
Either way, they have elite speed.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's going to be the question is, are they going to line up in, 3-4 wide receivers, sets all game long and force the 49ers to pull the defender off the field and be able to run Zeke inside? And that could be an issue, like Horst said. If Zeke gets going and they can just keep feeding him the rock, makes Andy Dalton's job so much easier because the 49ers, it's like momentum with them. Like if the run starts getting going for the other team, the 49ers, it seems like they can't just stop it all of a sudden. It just flows all the way. And that's something that's scary going into the game because Zeke hasn't had the normal performances he's had in other years, but this is definitely a time when he could get it going. Now, the 49ers still have the size inside that can get it stopped, but I don't know. I worry about him getting going.
And another guy that scares me in the run game and the short pass game is the young back they have over there, Pollard. He's made some explosive plays in games I've watched. He's a nice little change of pace with Zeke's bruising style. That guy's made some big plays this year.
Yeah, he's definitely a dangerous threat. It's a nice 1-2 combination punch they have there with Pollard and Zeke. Something you wish, I think we all wish the Niners had a little bit more consistency with, and maybe some health at the running back position, so we can kind of see some of that dynamic with Mostert and Wilson, healthy, playing full games,
Holding on to the ball.
especially the holding on to the football.
Well, Alex, you've been talking too about the run game for the 49ers getting going, and David kind of brought up that maybe outside zone would be a struggle for the Cowboys to stop. Dave, is it one side that there's an outside zone problem, or is it pretty much the entire defense? Because we're familiar with Alvin Smith, but I haven't watched him play a whole lot this year. Is he still an edge presence as far as stopping the run, or can the 49ers take advantage of him now?
Well, see, they got him playing at strong side backer, so he's not really typically supposed to be holding the edge. And when they do that and they put him on the line, it's typically Tyrone Crawford that's supposed to man the edge, and he's just god-awful doing that. And it looks like Alvin Smith's not doing his job, but it's Crawford not doing his job. So I would like to see Alvin Smith help out a little bit more, but when the game gets going and the run game is just killing him, you can see Alvin Smith definitely giving up on plays. You can see him walking on the field. So, I mean, I hope they change the game plan up a little bit, but I don't know. Hopefully Randy Gregory's on the field more than Tyrone Crawford, because Crawford's just awful.
Well, yeah, one thing I can tell you is if they do the game plan like every other team that's been playing the 49ers do the game plan, it's going to be real simple. They are going to load the box.
What?
They're going to bring everyone up, and they're going to be like, hey, Nick Mullins beat us. And you don't even have to have good corners to guard the 49ers. Brandon Ayuk is going to get his, but Mullins still can't find Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed is on the milk box that, he's sitting there. He's on the milk box. He's in the refrigerator of Kyle Shanahan because they cannot find him, and it's all because of Nick Mullins.
Well, the sad part is, too, is you know that Shanahan's sitting there with the door open going, Nick, it's right there. Look at it. And he's like, I don't know, 81, Owens. I don't like it.
Yeah. He's like, he's not third string enough for me. I need to find someone that was on the practice squad.
Charlie Warner, get him out there. Let me throw it to him on 3rd and short.
Yeah, Charlie Warner was drafted too high for Mullins, I think.
Oh my!
You got to go to undrafted guys like Bourne and Wilson. Yeah, you don't think I notice? I pay attention to these things.
He's got favorites. Mullins is
Obviously.
playing favorites out
Well, except for Brandon Ayuk, he's everyone's favorite.
there. I mean, who doesn't love the guy?
Yeah, nice.
You know who probably doesn't love him? Whoever he jumped over in that video.
It's a good chance. It's a good chance.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Hey, you know who? Oh, jeez. You know who else doesn't know about him? The Esteves, since the Azorean one decided not to pick the Eagles game this weekend. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't important. We didn't build an entire segment around it. It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, who needs it?
Not important.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Jalen Hurts is the playoff quarterback.
You mean to tell me that our intel was spot on?
Could have been.
The quarterback's coach for the Eagles, which, by the way, devilishly handsome, man. Devilishly.
Yeah.
Like, incredibly handsome. Not a big nose at all.
Very sweaty.
He gave us very sweaty, absolutely. Almost as sweaty as Jim Thomasula. I mean, we've seen him at press conference. That man, the meat sweats are real on that guy. My word.
Yeah.
My word.
That's very accurate.
It's very accurate. It's very accurate.
Yeah, that's not nice. That's not a good thought.
I mean,
You know what is a good
I
thought?
apologize.
You know what is a good thought, though, guys?
What?
Is for everyone watching this to check out the recap show, our reaction show to the 49ers versus the Cowboys
That's true.
on Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you check it out. There's going to be a little bit of changes with the episodes next week, but we'll still be airing on Tuesday, and then the next one after that will air on Thursday. Make sure you check out the episode on Tuesday, though. Get all the reaction, everything you need to know, what happened in this game, if the 49ers are closer to a top 10 draft pick, or if the Cowboys jumped the shark and got out of the top 5, which makes a lot of Cowboy fans so happy.
So happy. They're probably thrilled about it, to be honest.
I'm sure.
At least I'll be able to laugh at something if the Niners lose.
Yeah, it's very true.
No, I won't be laughing. I'll cry. I'm still going to cry. I'm dying inside a little bit, but it's fine.
I'll cry too.
Poor Dave.
I'm on the tank train right now.
Oh,
Dave's tanking.
Oh yeah, we have too many holes. We need to tank.
Would you draft a quarterback, Dave?
Thinking about it. Dak's gonna want a lot of money. That's something the Cowboys don't have because we spend our money stupidly. So I think if we pay Dak, we won't have the money to hit all the holes that we have because we have a lot. We're in a lot of trouble. So I don't know. I love Dak. He's my quarterback, but I think it's what's best for the team. And it's a business, So I think it's smarter to get a rookie quarterback, save about $30 million, and address the holes that you need or that you have. Because I think it was bust. It was a Super Bowl or bust this year, and it's definitely been a bust. So, yeah, I think it's time to probably get a rookie quarterback in and save some money. That's what I think.
Yep. I think the 49ers are in a similar situation. Now, the question is, how cheap will they go? I think they will look to draft someone as well. If anyone brings up the fact that Nick Mullen should be the quarterback next year, I'm going to see you outside. How about that? I am not about that. We need to make a change in this room. And I think Dak Prescott's going to be brought up a lot for 49er fans. But I don't want to spend the money on him either.
Oh, he meant the quarterback room for the 49ers, not this room.
I was starting to say no.
Oh, I thought I was in trouble.
Change in the room.
Yeah, I thought I was in trouble.
That was punny.
We make it hail in here.
Refer to Daniel Tosh if you don't understand that, young people.
It's true. You should. But hey, big week.
Yep.
For everyone in this room.
Yep.
This is important for everybody. Our teams are not only playing a rivalry game and a game that matters a lot to all, whether it's Cowboys fans, 49ers fans. This rivalry is historic. It goes back years. There's a lot tied up in it history-wise. This year probably won't go down as a historic battle of two juggernaut teams.
Yeah.
But it is a battle for supremacy over the other. It's a battle for pride. At this point in the season, it's just trying to build something and get some momentum going for the future and for next season.
Yeah, it is, and it's it's kind of one of those rivalry that transcends the game. You can talk about different players all throughout history, and this thing started way back in the 70s. With the Cowboys stuffing the 49ers, playoff hopes back then, and then the 49ers getting over the hump in the 80s. With the catch, something that is remembered forever and sparked the 49ers dynasty and kind of put the Cowboys into a state of flux. And then you get the Jimmy Johnson Cowboys that come in and they're rolling with the back-to-back. And it kind of it forced the 49ers to do crazy stuff. But those are also some of our favorite uniforms, some of our favorite times, our favorite players. So this rivalry has brought out the best in both organizations. Let's hope that someday we can get to the point where these guys, both these teams, are top level again, and we can get those type of moments. Because when both teams are good in a rivalry, it's important. You don't get none of that, one team always dominates. These guys go back and forth, and that's what we need. We need that for the 49ers because I miss it.
Yeah, me too. I just miss, even though it's only been a year, just the Niners having big games in general. Yeah. I hate it when they're not very good. The Seattle game doesn't mean as much. Those games are super fun when they're both good. It's not the same as when they were playing for first place last year.
It's true.
That's true.
And we get to stop on the goal line. Dre Greenlaw.
That's right.
We need more of that, Dre Greenlaw. He's been showing flashes here and there. Last week was a better week for him after a couple of down weeks. He needs to play a little more consistent. But yeah, no, I definitely miss the days of old with that matchup and this rivalry. Hopefully, this is the beginning of the turnaround for both franchises and getting back on the right track. In general, though, the NFC East just kind of needs to completely overhaul what's going on and turn it around and figure it out.
I don't know. They're kind of finding their way around at the end of the season.
It's true.
The Giants, the football team, are kind of coming on. Who knows if Hurts gets going over there with the Eagles?
It's true.
The football team is actually in the midst of a playoff hunt for the wild card even.
It's true.
So I think the East was a joke early on, but they're kind of finding their way. So it should be a fun end of the season and fun push for the playoffs.
Should be.
Yep. Dave, thank you for coming on the show, man. We really appreciate you coming. We learned a lot from you. It was fun to have you here. Lots of good times, lots of good laughs. hopefully we can have you on again. You know what would be fun is when we do our draft show, have Dave come on.
Yes.
He can come on there and we can have some more great time. So we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. Go Cowboys. Hopefully we show up and play.
Dave's all about the maize and blue.
Everything was okay, but please strike the Go Cowboys.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah, not going to be allowed.
How about them Cowboys? I'm surprised we didn't get one of those.
Yeah.
No.
How about them Cowboys?
He's saying something about ethics or not ethical for us to do. I don't know. That's whatever.
Who cares?
We'll ignore him
Okay.
this time.
No.
Dude's dead.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You know what time it is. Let's chalk another one up. You think Shannon after the game is going to be like, I almost Ayuk you. You don't even realize.
You don't even realize it. Almost like you right in your face. That was beautiful. Look at you.
One take horse is back.
Back. He's back. And better than ever.
So that horse is switching over. Women's sumo wrestling.
It's not fair. I have an extra. You better get that cut machine ready.
He's gonna be cutting everything in sight. It's fine. It's fine. He said it's fine.
Horse has a special finisher.
Nope. 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 Nope.
You want me to explain it?
Nope. I just got poked. He told me no too. No.
It's not fair. Betty just slipped.
Oh my.
What's the